Hello guys, community, how you doing? Sandra Lemming here. And listen, I just want to go over a quick little thing. Look, there's been a few changes this year towards the end of the year. The biggest change online that has affected a lot of people, ton of people everywhere, was Google Analytics. Google Analytics changed their old dashboard. They released a new dashboard, which is GA4. So it'll no longer be the old dashboard of Google Analytics. By the start of next year, we'll all be on the new dashboard of GA4. So if you don't know what GA4 is, I suggest you get your head in the game, you find out now. Otherwise, come next year, you're going to be sadly and sorely disappointed when you go to check your tracking stats of your website and realize that the old Google Analytics dashboard just doesn't exist anymore because they're not going to automatically transfer your website across. And because the new GA4 is using artificial intelligence, AI, it has some really great features and it's going to be so much better than the old dashboard, they cannot migrate the information from the old dashboard into the new GA4 system. So you will want to download your reports and everything like that and set up GA4 before next year comes. Now, for all the new members in the community who are in Module 4, building your website, welcome. Hello, how are you? And for those of you who are up to the Google Site Kit section, installing Google Analytics and all of that sort of stuff, and you seem a little bit lost, let me show you two ways to do that, okay? So Google Analytics is very, very easy, right? You don't need to actually install it and see it on your website. You just got to install it on your website. And the beautiful benefit about being inside of our community is this, right? This one thing. So once you've created your Google Analytics account, so I'm going to assume that all of you have created your Google Analytics account for your website, right? So I'm guessing that you have all created your Google Analytics account. Now, once you've done that, what you need to do is you need to come to DBL Tool Suite and you need to click on My Sites. This is the easiest way to do it. And then you need to scroll down and you need to go to Web Scripts and you need to open that up, right? Website scripts, right? Just here. And up here in the meta tags and header script box is where you want to paste your Google Tag Manager. Now it does not matter whether you're on the old dashboard or you're on the new GA4 dashboard. I'm going to show you the difference between the two. So for anyone who has done this months ago, you'll be on the old dashboard. So I've got it opened into. So the old dashboard has a UA tracking code, right? And this is what the old dashboard looks like. It looks like this, right? This is for the Just WordPress Tutorials website. And if I was to, and then, here is the new one, right? So if I was to click on tracking info and I was to click on tracking code, this is what the old one would look like. It would have a UA tag here and I could copy and paste that in an SEO plugin on my website or whatever. But for adding Google Analytics to your website, the primary goal is to find your global site tag. Once you find your global site tag, then you need to copy that global site tag. This is the old dashboard, remember, UA code, this is the old dashboard. And then you need to come in and you need to paste it in your header, meta tags and header script box, right? You need to paste it in there. Now, for any new members who have only just done Module 4 and you've only just got started in Module 4, you will have the brand new Google Analytics dashboard. So you will have the GA4 one, right, which is this one here. It doesn't have a UA tracking code, see? It'll have this one here. And we're just going to let that load. It'll look a little bit different, right? Okay, so there we go. Bang, it's loaded. It doesn't have tracking info and stuff like that. So to find what you need, you just need to work your way around. I do believe that you'll want to go into data streams. And you'll click on web and you'll click on your name of your website. And what you're looking for is once again, the global site tag. So you scroll down and you click on global site tag. That opens the box. You just click on this little box here that says copy. So you copy that global site tag, right? If you want, you can highlight that, but generally when you click copy, it'll, you've copied it. You come back to your your Mentors dashboard, and in the meta tag and header scripts box, you paste your code in there. You paste it, then you scroll down and you click Save Scripts, right? So it's as simple as that, right? Now you've got Google Analytics added to your website, and Google is now, you're using Google Analytics to track views to your website. That's basically all Google Analytics does. It tracks views to your website. It tracks anytime somebody lands on a page, anytime somebody opens up a page, different actions on your website, and you can set Google Analytics up to track all sorts of different types of things. You can also link it with your Google Ads account later on down the track. All right, so that's how you add Google Analytics to your website the easy way. Okay, simple as that. You just open up your website scripts area. You make sure you've got your Google Analytics property created. You come into your data streams. Remember how we got in there? So let me close that, show you again. So we went to data streams and it opened up this section here. We clicked on web and then we clicked on just WordPress tutorials. Well, clicked on our website, then we went down and clicked on global site tag and opened that up, and then we clicked copy, and then we went over to our mentors dashboard and we pasted it in the top box, in the header script box, and we scrolled down below and we clicked save script. Now I have other things in there, so just ignore all of the other codes and stuff that I have, but you just paste it in there and save script, and there you go. Google Analytics has now been added to your WordPress website and you don't have to worry. Now, if you want to use the Google Site Kit plugin, like some of you may have seen in some of the training thereabouts in the SFM dashboard and in the mentors dashboard, or somebody else has mentioned to you, I will show you how to do it with the Google Site Kit plugin as well. It's basically exactly the same thing, right? It's exactly the same way. You do exactly the same thing. You create your Google Analytics, you make sure you've got your global site tag, and you paste it in your web scripts area. And that will connect your Google Analytics to your website and connect it to your Google Site Kit plugin. Now, if you don't have Google Site Kit plugin on your website and you would like to use Google Site Kit plugin, you can come down to plugins, click add new, and you can type Google Site Kit plugin now, and you can install it from here. Now, warning, right? This is a quick warning about Google Site Kit plugin. I have only ever come across 1 or 2 people who have managed to install this and set it up correctly. Okay, so it comes with a headache. So you don't need it. You don't need it on your website. It just slows down your website. But if you want to use it, I'm going to give you a tip on how to use it. Once you've installed it and you've activated it, you go to dashboard, right? I'm not going to walk you through the setup steps, right? But you will have a different page to me. Maybe, unless I've deactivated this. If I've deactivated it, well, good. No, I haven't, right? Right, so you will have a setup page, right, where you'll set up your plugin, and you'll go through and you'll link your plugin. Now, whatever email address ends up in this top corner here of your Google Site Kit plugin, make sure when you come to Google Analytics, before you create your account, right, make sure that this email address up here, right, so come up here and find your email address, right, it'll be a little circle and it'll either have a picture of you in there or whatever picture you've decided to put in there. It might just be a blue circle with a white head in it, right? But make sure before you create the property and create the account for your website, make sure you scroll over that and check the email address. See the email address there in that black box, right? And click on that again, right? So that's the email address. I have all of these other email addresses here. I've got a ton more than that, but I've got this one here, right? This is the email address that this Google Analytics is on. This one here. I go back into my website and I make sure, right, that those two match. If those two do not match, then this Google Site Kit plugin will not work and you will get error codes. It will be a pain in the ass. You won't understand the troubleshooting videos that I will send you. You will deny understanding anything else that anybody sends you, and then you'll end up having to book a call and come and see me, and I will have to walk you through these exact same steps that I'm talking to you about in this video. So before you set up your Google Analytics account on Google Analytics, make sure that the email address that you're using to set up the Google Analytics account matches the email that you've set up the Google Sitekit plugin for. Now, if you've already created Google Analytics, open up Google Analytics before you set up Google Sitekit plugin and check the email address of the account. Right? Not of your website, not of your G Suite, not of any freaking thing else, of your Google Analytics dashboard. Make sure you check that email address, right? And whatever email address you have there is the email address that you'll need to set your Google Sitekit plugin up with. Otherwise, things just will not match. But in my opinion, you don't need to do that. You can easily get away without the Google Sitekit plugin. We did it on websites for years. Back in 2012, there was no such thing as a Google Sitekit plugin. Honestly, seriously, there wasn't. There were very few plugins that you could use to do your website verification and your Google Analytics. I mean, it was just, crazy. You had to sort of figure it out step by step for yourself. So, we got away without plugins way back then, and our websites used to load a lot quicker back then without the heavy, sluggish towing, right? Think of plugins as adding extra trailers behind the car. And different plugins have different weights, and the Google Sitekit plugin has a fair bit of weight to it, so it's a heavy trailer, and the more trailers you attach onto the back of your car, the more load you're putting on the engine, the slower it's going to travel. Okay, so think of it that way. So if you can get away without plugins, get away without plugins, and you definitely can if you have your website hosted here on DBL. The great thing about that is you can come into DBL Tool Suite, you come down to Website Scripts, and you can paste your Google Analytics code inside of the top box there. Now, you can also paste your Google verification code in here. So if you want to do Google verification as well, so you'll go to Google Search Console, and you'll open up Google Search Console. Make sure your Google Search Console is exactly the same email address as your Google Analytics, right? Make sure they're both the same email address. It just makes life a lot easier down the road. So, if you wanted to, you could, add your domain to Google Search Console, follow the steps. It's pretty easy. It's pretty, explanatory. It says add domain, you add the domain, and then just choose Google Analytics, right? To link it, right? So if you went to Google Search Console, right, let's go to Google Search Console here. This is to do your website verification, right? Let's open this up. Hopefully it'll open up on a new dashboard area here. Maybe not. Okay, all right. Mine goes straight into the Search Console here. All right. So just make sure that you are on your the same email address as what you've got for Google Analytics. Now let's just say I wanted to add a new domain here. So I'll go to add a property here. I don't really have a property to add, but I will cancel that. Have a look here. Okay, add a property. All right. So when you're adding a property, right, you get to this stage here, don't do it through the domain, do it through the URL prefix. And if you can, just come down here, enter the domain name. Let's go HTTPS. I think that's right, and going to click continue. Right, okay, so you can verify this through, two ways. So it's through a few ways, right? So you come here, you can download a file, you can upload to you can whatever, right? You can go full details here. And this gives you instructions on how to verify a website using different things, right? If you want help, right, to do that, okay? However, I'm going to scroll down here, right? Now I can use a HTML meta tag. So I could go here and I could go down here and I can copy that meta tag, right? So I can come down here, HTML meta tag, I can copy that, right? Copy to clipboard. Then I can go over here and I can go down to Google verifications and I can paste it in there, right? I just paste it in there. Or I can upload the file, right? That's an upload, right? Let's see. Yes, that's an upload, right? So what I would need to do is I would need to come here and I would need to download. So I would need to download this file, right? So I'd need to click on that and download it to my desktop or something like that, right? I'll download it to my desktop or wherever it tells me to. Let me go desktop and download, save, bang, right? That's downloaded. Then I would go to here and I would click in browse here, choose a file, right? Click browse. And then I would go to my desktop where I downloaded that file, which is this one here. So then I would click on that. Then I would click open. I'm not going to do that right now. And then I would click upload file and it will upload it. And then I would go down and save, right? But another way you can do it, the easiest way to do it is to just scroll down the page and go and do it with Google Analytics, right? So just go down here and come down here and just click verify there. So as long as you've installed Google Analytics already in your website script box, when you click on verify there, it will come back and it will tell you that it's checking the verification and it'll let you know whether it's verified or not, right? Now, obviously, the verification has failed here because the website that I put in is a fake website, right? It's not a real website. So I'll remove it when I get off of this call. But I just wanted to show you, right, if it was, if it was just WordPress tutorials and I did that for just WordPress tutorials, it would, verify it, it would just automatically verify it. I don't know if I can get to that. Let me just click OK here and click done. Let me go here and find let me search. All right, let me search that. There we go. All right, so there's just WordPress tutorials. I've already added it. Let me see if I can my settings. Okay, all right. So I could go into own it. So I've already verified it via Google Analytics, right? So I've done the HTML tag and I've done Google Analytics. So I could do the upload of the file for you so you can see how to do that. So I'm going to go here. I'm just going to go to my desktop for a minute. So we're just going to scroll that down. I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm going to click on that and I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to delete that. Alrighty, so now I'm going to open Chrome back up. Right, so I'm going to download this file. This is how to verify your website without using Google Sitekit, right? You don't need to do this if you've done Google Sitekit, but this is how you can do it without using Google Sitekit. Okay, so I'm going to download it to my desktop. I'm going to put it on my desktop. Save it there. Okay, that has saved to my desktop. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go down to Google verification. I'm going to click on Browse. And I'm going to go to my desktop where I just saved that file. There it is there, and I'm going to click on that file. And I'm going to click open, and I'm going to click upload file. So as you can see, it's uploading the HTML file. And there you go. So that's been uploaded to my website. So now my website has been verified several ways. So I can click on here and I can verify it. It might take a minute or two. Verification was successful, so there you go. So you can see the 3 different ways I've verified my website, right? And I've done all of this without the Google Sitekit plugin, by the way. This was all done previously. So the HTML file, I just did that for you now and showed you how to do that. The HTML tag, well, I did that through the all-in-one SEO plugin. So there's a way that you can just install the tracking in the verification in your your SEO. So down here, website verification. So there you go. See, there's that tag there, which is the HTML tag there. And I also did Google Analytics, right? So I've also verified it with Google Analytics. So that's the 3 ways I've done it. I can also do it with Google Tag Manager. If I had Google Tag Manager done, I wouldn't worry so much about the domain name provider, DNS, because that's just too difficult. So that's how I would suggest. They're the easiest ways I would suggest for you to do your Google verification of your domain name and your Google Analytics using the new GA4. Preferably do it all without the Google Sitekit plugin because you don't need the Google Sitekit plugin. But if you do use Google Sitekit plugin, make sure that your Google Sitekit plugin is on the same email address that your Google Analytics dashboard is set up on for that website, and that your and make sure this one here is set up on the same email address for your Google Analytics as well. Anyway, that's Sandra Lemming from the community signing off. I hope this video wasn't too long. I hope I didn't talk too quickly. I hope I didn't lose you throughout. But if you have any questions, please place them below the video or reach out to me in the community. Bye for now.